Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is our second interview with Corbin's sister, Kia, and she's decided that she is comfortable and wants to show you guys what she looks like. So this is Kia.
Hi.
Ever since the last interview, we've been talking, just getting things off our chest in regards to Jupiter. But now we're here again because there's some things that Kia wants to talk more about.
I guess the first thing is everybody's wondering the big question, why aren't the police doing anything? Where he's at, he is currently in a place where they are keeping an eye on him. However, he is free to come and go. Kind of, they just know where he's going, who he's with, and all of that. The problem that they're having with charging him is that there's nobody coming forward that says, yes, I was a minor. Yes, this happened. So like they have the videos and stuff, but without names and faces and whatnot, they really can't do anything.
Exactly. And that's why the past few weeks people have been saying, Linda, where are you? Linda, where are you? Where's the Jupiter videos? And I've told them I'm not focusing on Jupiter right now. I'm focusing on helping the victims gain confidence to step forward to the police. There's like two or three that I know of so far that I've been in communication with. And I've put all my time and effort on, trying to encourage them to come forward. But there are some things that they're scared about, obviously, because it's hard being a kid and knowing that this happened and not knowing whether or not you should step forward and complain about what's happened. So that's the process that we're in right now. Let me say, yes, the Nampa police are keeping an eye on him. They are. He's not allowed to leave Idaho. The one thing that irks me about the police, this past month I called them 12 times, left some voicemail messages, and I haven't got one response. And what irks me about that is I got a message from this woman that was pretending to be a reporter that only called that police station one time and got an answer because she was claiming to be a reporter. And the detective on that case, he basically spilled his guts to this reporter. And, I heard a lot. I heard that he went to go meet with Corbin. They sat down and basically said that Corbin is not someone that people should be scared of. That's what that police officer thinks. He said that they sat down together and he couldn't even imagine Corbin walking up a flight of stairs, which I mean is a very interesting visual. Like imagine like a walrus flopping up some stairs. That's how I imagine Corbin. But yeah, so police have not contacted me. I have so much evidence to give them, but there needs to be a two-way communication street. I don't know why they're sitting and talking to fake reporters. So that's what's been going on with the police. They're keeping an eye on him, like Kia said. Let me just say something else. To anybody that thinks it's a good idea, that thinks it's funny to get into contact with Corbin, I don't understand how your brain works. You've seen all these videos, all these messages of him being a despicable human being, and yet you continue to decide to engage in a conversation with him. I think that it shows how little you disregard the safety of yourself and people around you. Because, you know, even if the police thinks he's not dangerous, Kia right here has dealt with him for many of years and she thinks he's dangerous. So who are you going to trust? The opinion of a police officer or the opinion of his sister?
It's interesting how someone can manipulate their illness. It's different when you have a disability, a sickness in your head, and not just in your head, in your genes. And you use that to manipulate those people around you. There's a difference. That's just my frustration with it. because that's how that's been my entire life.
Because he says he has autism and ADHD, but I know a lot of people with autism and ADHD that don't dream about touching children.
Under Idaho law, he can't use his disability to hide behind.
The only thing we're waiting on, basically,
Is
is
people to
for,
come forward.
yes. I've seen comments of people saying, well, it's the minor's fault for DMing Kim, knowing that he's this public figure, I guess. But it's really not. I think the adult on the other side of the phone should, whether or not he has ADHD or autism, should understand that that's not okay. And I've tried explaining that to him multiple times, but he doesn't get it. I'm going through some of the comments on our last video right now, and I just want to read some of those to you. One of the things that you said struck a chord with someone. You said in the last video, I'm okay with what happened to me as long as it doesn't happen to someone else. And they said that's literally so heartbreaking, but that literally tells you she's one of the purest souls in the planet. Justice for Corbin's family. This is truly heartbreaking.
I try to be as kind and as emotionally there and emotionally available for anyone who needs me, whether that be my friends, my family, my coworkers. I try to handle everybody with as much respect as I can. That comment really does heal a little part of me that was broken a long time ago, that still occasionally will open back up some random emotions of not being good enough or not being aware or kind enough. But I try to be, because I know that my family will never be that for me. So I try to be that for others.
I think that you are one of the kindest people I know. But it's funny that some of the people that have gone through the most in life are some of the most kindest people.
It's a Robin Williams quote. The people with the biggest smile or prettiest smile are the people with the saddest story.
But yeah, you've done a lot for people, especially in the comment section of that video. People have said that they relate to you in a lot of ways, that they had an autistic brother growing up and that he would beat them every day, beat them up every day. So I think that our last interview really struck a chord with a lot of people out there, and you've done a lot. You are so brave, you are so strong, even if you don't know it, you are, because it takes courage to live your live your story, but also spread your story. So I commend you for that.
I just wanted to thank everybody else. I did go through and read all the comments.
Oh, another thing, guys, if you're watching this, please give Kia every single ounce of privacy that she deserves. She's a normal person. She's not a werewolf, vampire, dragon, unicorn, anything. So she was brave enough to show you her face. So don't try to mess with her or stalk her or anything like that.
I appreciate that, Linda. Thank you.
I also wanted to take the time to update you on what your brother's been doing. I haven't said this online or anywhere. The first thing is someone got access to his messenger account and they were looking through his DMs. And the first thing that I saw was he is dating a 15-year-old from the UK. Second thing is he said that he wants to have children soon for two reasons. The first reason being he can populate the world with werepire cubs. The second reason being so that he can do things to the children that a father shouldn't do to children. So that's a little update on what he's been thinking. I also wanted to ask you, he's probably going to watch this one day. If he's watching this, what would you say to him?
No matter what, whether it's blood or adoption, he's always going to be my brother. I don't condone the things he does, but I'm going to choose to stay away until he can prove to me that he's changed.
Do you think that will happen? Do you think he can change?
I think anyone can change if they put their mind to it. However, they have to want to change first. And I don't think he does.
Has he ever been prescribed to medicine?
Yes,
Do you think he's been taking it since I've known him?
he wasn't on medications when the last time I saw him.
So he's probably not on them now.
Probably not. However, I did see an incredible difference when he was on meds versus not on meds.
How do you feel about the his residents enabling him to have internet, to talk to these people, to to not, it's basically he's just living there under their roof and they're just making sure he's alive. That's all they're doing.
I mean, they're required to, if he brings a minor to his home, to report it or whatever. But there's not really a whole lot they can do that wouldn't take away his human rights and freedom.
So who put him there?
Mom,
Who can take him out and put him where he needs to be?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard that there's a way that I could put him on. It's called a 5150. It's basically a mental health hold. They hold him for between 48 to 72 hours.
And then you give him like a psychological evaluation.
Yeah. So mom was his guardian. Mom was his permanent guardian until she passed. And now the guardianship, you'd think it'd go to my dad, but my dad didn't want guardianship of him because my dad literally told my mom in the hospital while she was on her deathbed, Corbin is your kid. He's always been yours. And because you didn't discipline him the way you disciplined the rest of our kids, he is the way he is. And I'm not taking responsibility for him.
Yeah, so who's the
So
guardian?
I do not know who the guardian is. So if something was going on like this, for example, like everything that's going on now, they would just call my mom and my mom would deal with it. Or
Yeah.
we all know how her dealing with it was.
Yeah. Baby, stop this. This is not you.
You can't do that. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I remember so many times growing up, phone conversations between my mom, who was in the living room, and my brother, who was in a group home, of her just being like, Corbin, you can't do this. You'll get in trouble if you do.
Oh, and by the way, Kia is not single, so don't try hitting on her. She's not
No,
single.
no, I am taking bacon.
Yes.
Oh, do you want a cat update?
Sure, I'd love a cat update. Oh my gosh, so cute. You're such a good cat mother.
I try to be. He seems to think so. He's curled up right next to me on the couch.
Well, is there anything you wanna say to my viewers?
Well, I just wanted to let any of those girls that had contact with him where he sent them inappropriate things or asked for inappropriate things, please come forward because we can't do this on our own. Like, I know that it's scary, and this is coming from someone who's had this happen to me too. I know it's scary to go and tell your parents, hey, he's sending me bad pictures or he's wanting me to do things that I'm uncomfortable with. Is this okay to say no to? Or it's scary to come forward and be like, yes, mom, dad, this person sent me a naughty picture, or this person's asking me to send him naughty pictures, and he was pressuring me into it, and I sent it, and now I regret it. It's very difficult to do that. And we can't do this on our own as much as we want to. As much as I want to be like, oh, hun, come here, I'll give you a hug. We'll go buy some candy, or we'll go shopping. We'll go have a girls' day out. I can't do that as much as I'd like to. Um, so if you know something, please call the Nampa Police Department. Let them know your name, what your social media was or is that you've had contact with him through, because otherwise they have no victims, so they have no case, even though there's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of video evidence sent to everybody over there. I know that me being his family, I could put him on a 5150. I just have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that he's unstable.
Yeah. Okay, well, I
On
think that's
top of
easy to
all of
do.
it. Yeah, I think so too.
Anything can't help except
Yep.
people watching this video trying to message him.
This is coming from someone who's dealt with him for 18 plus years. The more you egg him on, the more he's going to do. And I'm seeing patterns, and I'm just telling everybody this. I am seeing patterns, and this is why I'm coming forward with my story and doing my part in the police investigations and stuff. I'm seeing these patterns that I saw when I was a kid that led up to the many times that my life was almost ended.
If you see his social media out there, block him, report him, don't follow him. The more followers he has, the more of an ego he gets, and the more you're basically enabling him to keep on posting. He shouldn't be anywhere near a phone. He shouldn't be anywhere near a human. He should just be thinking about his actions in a small little room with maybe handcuffs behind his back.
The more that you guys don't listen to the warnings, the faster that someone is going to get hurt or killed.
Yeah.
And that's a sad thing to say, being his sister. That's something a sister should never, never have to say about her brother. I dealt with that my entire life. It was, what did you do to make him angry? You egged him on. You just know how to push his buttons. No, keeping him in that angry state is what causes him to believe that he has the right to hurt someone else.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a very good manipulator. And he'll make you
Very.
think that he's doing these things because of his mental illnesses or because the devil told him to do it. But, those are things that a crazy person says. And the fact that he's not locked up somewhere getting help, locked up somewhere, you know, getting tormented, there's it's unbelievable.
Corbin uses some of the same tactics that Junior used on us to keep us quiet. And one of those is, I can hurt you in any way that I see fit. And I can get away with it because nobody will believe you. And when you're told that enough, and I don't think people get this, if you're told that nobody will believe you and that you deserve everything that happened to you, if you're told that for long enough and told it long enough, you're going to believe it, whether you think you will or not. It's something that you're told consistently and over and over and over and over and over until you believe it enough that you will do anything to keep that person in their right state of mind, even though they're never in their right state of mind.
It sucks that this is still happening. I know Kia's tried her best to stop these things. I've tried my best to stop these things, but it's really kind of unstoppable right now. But it really sucks. But that's why we're making these videos, to help educate those and hopefully maybe someone can relate to the situation that you're going through, because I know that's one of the main goals that you want to provide to someone. You want them to feel comforted and knowing that they're not alone, you know?
And for those people who are saying things like, oh, they're probably just faking it for attention, you never believe that that stuff happens until it happens to you. The first time something like this happened to me, I was in Blue's Clues pajamas and I was sleeping in a toddler bed. There, it doesn't matter what you wear, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter how you act. That does not warrant a reason for someone to lay their hands on another person, to sexualize a child, to manipulate a child into giving them acts that should only be between adults.
I know it might sound far fetched or a little insane, but every single thing that has happened has actually happened. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And make sure you tell Kia how amazing you think she is.
I love you all,
Bye, guys.
including you, Linda.
Oh, thank you. Love you too. Okay, bye, guys.